Welcome once again to another webinar, preparing your career for migration and earning remotely. Some of us, this is not our first time here, while some of us, this is our first time. So, welcome everyone once again. My name is Abamba Michelle, and I'm a legal professional and a tech advocate. I'm a member of Adaptonia. We are a tech company and a tech academy as well. So we host this webinar every month. We have various offers for those who want to earn remotely, for those who want to migrate. Some members of the community have participated in these offers. There are different offers, CV, and all of that. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the webinar so that you get to see all the offers that we have. So I personally will be talking about how to prepare your career for migration. There's the skill part, the skills that you would need to equip yourself with. Some of us are already you're conservant with the fact that tech skills are what is moving the international job market. Either data analysis, different various tech skills. So these courses are what is in demand. So it is very important that when you're preparing yourself to migrate or you're preparing yourself to relocate, you need to be able to equip yourself with skills. So there are various courses online. There are various courses online, and these courses, some of them are free. If you're in that box of people that want to migrate or you want to relocate, I'll tell you that you need to equip yourself with these tech skills so that you would have an edge in that aspect. So, because most times it's very difficult to get an exact type of job like the ones that we have at home here in our home country. So you have to prepare yourself before you even move. Taking these courses will help you to actually boost your CV, and then you can now start applying for jobs from your home country, that is here in Nigeria. So it helps you to have an edge, and then also helps the recruiter to prepare for you. So now, how do you prepare yourself for migration? You need to assess skills and qualifications. Like I mentioned before, update your resume, your LinkedIn profile. You need to also network with people. Is very that is very very important. Networking is very important. Then you need to come up with different job search strategies that you need. There's the study route, there's the work route, and research has shown that the easiest is actually the study route, where you have to go through application, getting admitted, getting the study visa and all of that. So most people they have more edge when they apply through the work route because they are either they have this high demand in whatever field they find themselves in, probably having talent in a particular skill that is in high demand over there. So those routes also work for them. And then the recruiter most times end up, being the one to oversee the process and all of that. While most people, it's the study route that works for them, either through scholarship and all of that. So you need to decide what route will work for you. Aside that, there is also the legal and documentation in relocation and migration. Like I said, the application processes for the study route, getting the visa, and all those documents you need. And then for people that take the work route, there are also different processes they take. So both routes actually require thorough planning. Then you have to adhere to legal requirements, and then you have to adapt to prepare your mind. You have to have a positive mindset because mindset is important. You have to tell yourself that it's not going to be all rosy, so that whatever phase or difficulty you find yourself in, you'll be able to overcome such difficulty. And you also have to keep in mind that um, immigration laws and employment um, regulations can vary from one country to another. So it's very, very, very important. We always tell our clients that it's very important to make your research and understand the specific process for your destination. And then um, we've also come to realize that employment processes too, for those that want to take the work route, it's important that you start your research for job while you're here, because if you get there you might start encountering difficulties in trying to get a job. And even for most people that we have in UK, once they get a job, it's before they even resume. It could take weeks, it could take a month plus, it could take a long while before they actually resume that job position. So, and if you don't have enough source of income, you would you would find yourself, find yourself in difficult situations, like you can't fend for yourself and all of that. So you have to make sure that you start your research from here. And why we always say that it is important to, you know, equip yourself with skills is that it makes you stand out. Like you get to stand out and you get to choose what job role you want to take. It's not that they give you something and it doesn't align with what you want to do, because there are most people that go there and then they find themselves doing jobs that they do not have any interest for, but they have to do it to make ends meet. That's why we always advise that you upskill in your career growth, because it gives you that edge over other people and it prepares you for that world. It prepares you for that world. So how else do you prepare yourself for career migration? You need to involve yourself in financial planning, mental and emotional preparation. It takes a whole lot. Like I said, it's not going to be rosy and you should not expect it to be so. So you need to plan yourself financially, because they'll ask you for documents, proof of fund, all of that, you know, takes a whole lot of preparation. So I'm going to need you to stay to the end of the video, because there are offers for those that intend to prepare themselves for migration and any remotely. Um, so thank you very much for listening. I'm going to invite Mr. Francis Oti to come on board and discuss um, any remote part.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome and greetings to everybody. Miss Blessed has provided a very great landing for us, so we're just going to kick off quickly. I hope Miss Tony is also here. She's going to be taking us a quick ride. If you guys listen to the news, you will notice that 140,000 Nigerians migrated in the last 12 months. I don't know if you guys caught up the news. It was very serious and alarming, but it is not far fetched. There are reasons around, the country is offering decreasing opportunities, and people are no longer migrating just because of money. They're migrating sometimes also because of their future and security reasons. So, this webinar has been designed to cater towards all those things. My name is Francis, and I am the founder of Adaptunia. And the way I designed Adaptunia, I want to use myself as an example about this Jackpot and the Nigerian dream. I designed my company, which I incorporated. It was a business. It was firstly a business, it's sole proprietorship. But I had to upgrade the company into I had to incorporate it instead into a limited liability company. I was designing it in such a way by whatsoever Nigeria sees, I'll be able to move the company with me to anywhere in the world. So I want you guys to also imagine your business, sometimes we've prepared this whole thing to look like just for career only and for migration. No, in case you also have a business mindset within you, anybody that is listening, I also want you to also start thinking business like as well, just as you're thinking career wise. How to design and carry everything about you to be mobile, to be global, so that wherever you find yourself in the world, you will still deliver. Like Miss Blessed, the previous speaker just said, you should start preparing yourself with skills that can push you up anyway. The beautiful thing about having is a good skill is while you are still preparing to jackpot or leave the country, you can still earn remotely while you are here. You can still negotiate. You don't necessarily have to settle for less. And I'm going to use most of my personal experiences here to share with you guys and to make you guys understand how good people. I know we're all about skills, but one of my clients recently who wanted to do it in an e-commerce store, because as a tech company that we are, we take up a lot of projects. The only reason this man got angry is US based and he's Nigerian, but he's US based. The only reason he got angry was because of honesty. The person who he gave the previous project to didn't do well. The person just promised and didn't deliver. So I'm letting you guys know that while we are all pushing towards getting skills, let's not forget the skills of morals, the skills of honesty. These skills, no matter where you are, trust me, you will need them. And if eventually you leave the country or you finally get a remote job, there are moments where integrity will speak for you. And I'm just saying this so that we don't get carried away. We still need good people are still needed globally. So if you really want your success journey to be sustainable, please and please do not betray your good name. It is rare. I know we're supposed to have, if you were on our recent our previous session, we're talking about skills, get the tech skill, get this skill, get data analysis, get UX, get skills that are in vogue. But to be honest, values and morals are no longer in vogue. So the people who are now honest, who have integrity, people who you feel leave 200,000 naira with, and you will meet it, no cover is missing, are the people now that are scarce. So while you are pushing towards getting the skills and preparing yourself, please remember that integrity is one of them. I'm going to scroll back to my slides now and start my presentation quickly because I don't want us to take time at all. Now, let's look at how to prepare our career for migration and earn remotely. Number one, I've said this earlier for people who were here, but I'm going to be adding some extra experience because we did the last webinar around September and a lot has changed. An open mind is one of the things you will need to prepare your career for earning remotely. An open mind helps you ask good questions, especially the questions that have to do with things that increase your migration opportunities. What is making people migrate faster? Is it skills? Especially there are some people who are migrating now who don't even pay a dime, whether they're taking a study route, whether they're taking the job route. Why? Some people are even going to learn new skills, take up healthcare certification jobs. Some are taking up tech skills, skills that will put you at the edge of others when you leave your country. What kind of school? Some people are applying for scholarships. Some people have very good results as university undergraduates, but they don't know that some schools are looking for, some international schools, of course, are looking for people with this kind of grades to give them scholarships. An open mind helps you ask right questions and it moves you closer to opportunities. A lot of times in school, we've heard things like you can be a first class student, but don't worry, you work for the third class. That should not be, and nobody should be promoting that kind of mentality. The real thing should be everybody who is educated should be educated on how the world really works. Please don't just be only book smart, be world smart. If you stay reading only books, you are going to stay stuck in an era that no longer exists. Books are not the only way. In fact, they might not like you guys might not like this, but book is good. Reading books are good. But do you know videos are even faster way to consume information? So I am not attacking books because when people hear books, I don't want us to take this out of context. When people hear books, books are symbols of knowledge. But I'm letting you know now that people are converting these books into faster mediums of consumption that anybody can sit with a very big textbook and finish it in 1 hour while you are still reading it. This person is faster than you. There's ChatGPT. Anybody who is smart like you right now, who has ChatGPT in their hands, is smarter than you 10 times. Let's learn to be open-minded, understand, ask questions. Let's not be too big. I was running a survey about our tech academy, and while we're doing the promo, I had to ask someone on the street, like, if you were a student, where would you want your promo of something you like be? And the guy just mentioned university. With how young I am, because my head is already flooded with paying salaries, I got carried away that I didn't even remember. But being open-minded and humble enough helped me understand that you need to ask questions and get answers. So let's not feel like we know everything. In fact, the real thing we should start doing is act like we know nothing. And I know that people who have migrated sometimes are very stingy with information. To be honest, I know that. Even people who are doing better than us sometimes. You ask them questions, they just give you a very rough estimate of what you want. Ask them, Chairman, how did you get this remote job that is paying you? In fact, some of them will be acting. I understand it's Nigerian, we are surviving. So the whole thing makes us very selfish. But if you happen to find people around you who are more successful than you, I think even if they will not give you answers, please start observing. And if you are bold enough, start asking questions. Please, and go online, learn. The most important thing is understanding what is trending at that moment. Some of us might say a whole lot of things are happening, but the people who are most successful today in certain things probably were very updated maybe 30 years ago. So I want us to have that approach. Then another thing I want us to do in number two, or personal branding, and I want us to have another approach towards it, meaning sell yourself, but sell yourself in a different way. Be visible. If you are not on social media today, but be on social media for a different reason. I mean, especially social media that are looking for visibility to make money for yourself, to get employers to see you, to get people who you believe um, are connected to the people you want to see. There are people they call influencers in business. Let me give you a quick analogy. If you are selling toys, if you are selling toys, the influencer to you right now is the child. The real customer is the mother. The child will be influencing. If you're into real estate and you're selling to a couple, the influencer most times is the wife. So if you are talking, you're looking at the husband and pity you, you should be looking at the wife. So you must learn how the circle of value works so that you can know who to be selling to or who to be presenting to. You cannot be too silent in terms of your brand. As a career person, whether it's skill, whether it's business, please do not be silent. And do not be quiet. You are looking for a job, say it. There is no shame in it. Please do not say it to the wrong people. Get on LinkedIn and scream it out there. Put a story to it. Put up your photos. Put up your achievements. To be honest, there is a difference between meekness, humility, and downselling yourself. When you downplay your achievements, people are telling you that you achieved this, you sold this amount as a salesperson in your former company. You're telling them, no, 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 please don't put it on my CV. I don't want it to be too loud. You are downselling yourself. And you can't catch the value you want that way. Get on LinkedIn, speak to friends, let people refer you. People you believe have the opportunities you want. Please get out there. Because the people you are competing with are hungrier than you. They have access to better internet. I'm talking about international people. They have access to more things. So please, you can't afford to play small. This is the part where I ask everybody if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, just raise your hands, and that's fine. I'll shoot back. Oh, thank you guys. That was a lot. All right. So we go back quickly and look at acquiring what they call molding experience home and abroad. Last month or last 2 months, I told people who were present here to get what is called molding experience. Most of these molding experiences might not pay you. Some of them on LinkedIn, you see them, they tell you we are looking for a graphics designer or a data scientist or project manager with experience who can just be giving us 1 hour every week. If you are somebody who has a very green CV, meaning a CV that is not very experienced, or if you are somebody who has a very narrow CV, when I mean narrow, not in a bad way, but narrow in the sense that it's strictly just Nigerian, it's not very diverse. Please take up opportunities like that. Take up opportunities that have to do with internships, opportunities that where you know that I know you are looking for the jobs that have to do with $5,000, $10,000. Or if you can even see the jobs that are giving you 200, 100, take them. That is not where you'll be. You just want to use them to learn and diversify your CV and also diversify your experience. Take up those jobs. Reach out to companies. You know, tell them you are open to internships. And since you're one bargaining, tell them you have 1 hour. You can give them 1 hour of your time every day. Sorry, every week is fine. You can give them 2 hours of your time every week. Don't do too much. In that way, I'm talking about international companies now. Or if you have a company in Nigeria where um, your vision is drifting towards, reach out to them. I doubt that they will really say no. And in fact, some of them might be nice enough to say things like either no, or we are full, or we can offer you something, but we'll offer you a little competition, or we'll not offer you anything, but you are open. These things is better to have a CV that has South Africa, UK, Canada on it, and you just go those CVs in 3 months. There's something I used to tell people to do. Have a project sections of your CV. While you have experience, have project experience. So that those ones you can put it like 3 months. And the space can be very short. I did this as this, maybe consulted for these guys in 1 month. So you have a diverse CV and people see you differently. So here I already said polish your CV. Always have something called introduction videos. Please go and shoot one if you don't have one. Have one handy. A video where you can just put and introduce yourself. Trust me, it sells faster than everybody. If everybody's pushing out the CV, what you should do is add a video to your own, add some endorsements to your CV, put a portfolio if you're somebody who works with concrete evidence, if you're somebody who needs, maybe like programmers that work on projects, project managers, graphics designers, all these people in creatives, even salespeople too. I think everybody needs to have a portfolio of what they've done. Add it to your CV, add the link. Then there's another thing I encourage people to do. Please go and open a domiciliary account. Open international accounts. You can do that in Nigeria in any local bank. Open an account, a domiciliary account, and prepare yourself so that whenever these opportunities come and there is a chance to get compensated. In fact, I think it's smart to just have these things around you. While we want to say we should trade in Naira and do everything, the odds are a bit of against us right now. You get, for example, if you want to run Facebook ad without following any path, you need to have a dollar card. Although there is a new EU feature now that allows you run with your Naira card, but the whole thing, not even to recharge your Netflix, you need a dollar card or something. So I'm just letting you guys know that we need to start thinking global because we are in a place where our currency is getting weaker and our exports right now seems to be human resource. Look at our talents. Till we get there, I just want everybody to be fine. And there's something they say apply with goal setting strategies. There was a goal setting strategy I shared with our people previously, and it was so beautiful. You know, most of us set goals the wrong way. If you are someone who is looking to get a job in, say, 1 month, if you do not set your goals properly, there are chances you apply for the wrong ones. If your goal is to get maybe an international job as a data scientist, you have specified it. You have specified, and you should put the limit. How much are you expecting on that job? What is the salary like? What is your idea of a salary? How soon do you want that job? How often do you want to be applying to get that job? What are the things you want to do to ensure that job gets closer? Of course, if you have certain goals, I would not say you should set an unrealistic goal, like saying, I want to get a job by 2024 June. No. Prefer certain things like I want to get 10 interviews, 10 job interviews before June 2024. So, guys, those are the kind of ways you should set your goals. Smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Realistic because you know you are not the CEO of that company. So I don't want you to set goals that will break your heart. I want you to set goals that will push you instead. So getting 10 interviews, and if you don't land anyone, then you know there's probably a problem somewhere. Maybe there's a way you're approaching it or something. So quickly, I'm going to take up questions from us before we move towards Tony, who is going to give us a very short one. Quickly, I'm going to take questions. I'm going to take just two questions so that we can move on, then we'll take the remaining questions at the end. If there are places I'm not covering, guys. Odwai, wait, what's up? Okay, go ahead, Odwai.
Thanks so much for your time
Thank
and
you.
for what you shared with us. Really appreciate this. I'd like to find out. I'm someone who is actually trying to transition right into tech, right? And one of the major concerns I'm experiencing here now is the chances of actually getting the attention of recruiters, considering the fact that I don't have experience in that field that I'm trying to
I'm not sure
transition
you're very
to.
audible.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Perfect, I can hear you.
Right. So for people trying to transition right
Yeah.
into tech, obviously they have no experience in that field, right? And I was just wondering, what would you advise people like that to do, considering they would be up against people who actually have experience in the field, and up against people, especially when we're trying to get jobs from other countries. You'll be up against people within that country as well. What are the chances that people who are trying to transition to another into tech and are not in the country they are applying to for getting a job, despite the fact that they might actually have portfolios or projects here and there?
Okay. So okay, what I'll do there now is I think sharpest and the most affordable option for you right now is to volunteer. When I mean volunteer, you may have to give up some of your free time. That's sacrifice actually. You may have to give, like I said, molding experience. You have to take up internships, take up projects. Sometimes these projects can be voluntary, meaning you just reach out to a company and tell them, I want to do this for you. I want to do this for you. And if you want to raise the chips higher, you can say maybe in a month, reach out to five international, five local. Out of all of them, maybe at least one should reach out to you, especially when you're not. Um, Also, while you're writing the letter, like the mail, reaching out to them, I don't want you to downsell yourself. While you know that this is voluntary, tell them you're open to any compensation, even though it's not compulsory. You get. Don't tie the success or the delivery of what you want to do for them to the compensation, but include it there that you are open to any form of compensation. If you do this to 10 companies every month, I feel you should be able to have gathered. Now, these companies, please, in fact, let me do it this way. Now, you see those 10 companies, you're just doing them professionally. There are still other projects you should reach out to people for personally. Maybe your friends, companies in Nigeria, maybe your former company or whatever. That one you can do it for them. They give you no problem. If they give you money, no problem. Just do it for them so you can have a rich portfolio. I don't even understand. But the international ones and these professional companies I want you to reach out to are the ones that maybe have weightier relevance, stronger relevance. You get one of the things, let me tell you one of the things programmers do. If you're learning programming, one of the things they do is, in fact, a good programming instructor actually encourages you to start reaching out to people around you or creating imaginary and abstract projects, maybe building a website for an imaginary product so that your portfolio is getting richer and richer. So even if you are going to be applying for a junior developer role, whoever is seeing your portfolio is seeing potential. You get. So In this case now, in your own case, which is you're a data scientist, you don't have experience, but they want to see potential. So if you want to enrich your portfolio, I advise you enrich it with things that have to do with experience. Take up more projects, take up more things like that. Like I said, reach out to companies and tell them you're open to internship and you're open to voluntary contributions. And in some cases, you may say you are open to, you can also define the number of time you want to be contributing. I know international companies tend to do hourly, so you can say maybe 5 hours every week if it is realistic enough for you, because even 2 hours is enough as well. We are just building something. I don't know if this works for you. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
It's not compulsory for it to be free. You can just chip it in as the last sentence. You are open to any compensation, even though it's not compulsory. So that even if it is small change they are reaching out with. So I am going to say thank you very much, Ben. Fine. We're about running out of time. Is
Yeah, yeah.
Ben is about to say
Okay.
something. In the absence of no, Tony, please quickly shoot us your presentation. You have just 5 minutes.
Yes, so I'm going to be talking about skills and mindsets to look out for to increase your appeal for remote work and migration. Okay, so there are certain skills that are necessary, that are very important or crucial in order for you to succeed. I mean, either as a remote employee, or as someone who is looking out to migrate. I mean, for migration opportunities. The first one here is communication skills. So you see, when teams work remotely,
That's what I suppose.
at least half of all the communication is done, I mean, via writing rather than speaking. Although I don't know if that's for every team. I don't know if that's peculiar to all teams, or because you see, there are also video calls. I mean, voice chats, every means of communication. So it's very important to have communication skills. I mean, excellent communication skills. However, you know the ability to know, or the ability to be able to initiate a conversation and speak up, especially when you encounter a problem. I mean, because you see, while working remotely, you are not it's not it, there's no physical structure, there's no office space, so you can't just stand up from your office, your own position, and walk up to someone who is an higher up, or maybe to your boss. There's something called incommunicado. So that means you are not being, nobody can reach you, and neither are you reaching out. So that is not a very good state. I mean, that's not a very good state to assume when you're working remotely, or when you're planning to be someone. We are looking out for remote any opportunities. So if you're someone who doesn't like talking to people, you are going to have to change that. All right, so I'm moving to the next one, which is a positive mindset quickly. So you see, to get by with remote work, easily, you must have a positive mindset. So you mustn't have the quitter's mindset. I mean, the quitter's mindset is one where you feel like, ah, okay, now there's a problem. What am I going to do? There's nothing. I beg. I don't even think there's a way out of this. Let me just go and sit down somewhere. Let me buy Hollandia got and chill. And you're not even going back. You're not even looking out for a way out. You feel like, okay, what just happened? My system is already spoilt. There's no way out. Or maybe, okay, my phone just spoilt. What am I supposed to do? Nothing. Or okay, what's the way out? And then you're just easily fed up, or you're just tired. And the moment you're tired or fed up, you just like, well, let's leave this one and move on to another thing. That's kind of mindset is not very good. It's not a very good one. I mean, if you are looking out to earning remotely, or to even migrate, I mean, because there's no way you migrate and you will not work. I mean, definitely. So if you are going, even if you are working, if you join, I mean, if you travel out through the study route, you are definitely going to still work. So if you are going to work with people, I mean, these people abroad are people we're talking about, you are definitely going to need to have a positive mindset, because you are going to be facing a lot of culture shock. So you're not expecting that everything will just go the way you want it to. So you must be ready to
Yeah.
adapt. So I'm still going to talk about that, but I'm still talking about the positive mindset now. So you see, you mustn't get easily frustrated and then give up. Nigeria is already a reason to quit. Now let's think about electricity. From electricity to fuel increase for generators, and then our monthly data sub that will never last for a month.
All right.
Then self motivation. I mean, discipline and responsibility. All right. So because there's nobody that is going to be looking at you, at everything you're going to be doing, monitoring you, or watching your every move, because there's no physical structure. So you're going to need to be personally responsible as a person. You're going to be disciplined, and then you're going to be self-motivated. So there won't be anybody to always clap you or cheer you up at every point in time. So if you yourself as a person, you're not disciplined, you don't know how to manage your time and all that, you may have little problems, working successfully as a remote person. So collaboration or being collaborative. So you are going to have to work with other people, even though you're working alone from anywhere in the world. You're still going to need to work with other people. I mean, other employees, colleagues like you from all over the world as well. So you are still going to need to work together on projects, on tasks, and every other thing. So you are definitely going to need to speak with them and then maybe share some of the things with them. So you need to have that team spirit, despite the fact that you're working alone.
Thank you very much. I actually shared the document on the group's page as well, so everyone can see and follow your thought process. This is actually a very good document. I even think it's a video on its own. It requires like a full webinar on its own. So thank you very much, Ms. Tony. One of the dangerous parts is that most of us when we're working remotely, we get carried away. We start taking our employers for granted. It will always come. The question is, please, that's where you're securing your deliberate. So whenever it comes, because I know that it's definitely going to come, please do not abuse the privilege. Always ensure you're delivering your A game. A game is very, very important because these people don't see you. Every month you're getting money in dollars. You get comfortable. Especially if it's a place where they already told you earlier that we don't need to supervise you, you need to work self-dependence, blah, blah, blah. So we've come to the end quickly, and I'm going to ensure we exhaust this. We're going to create a new link again and share. And in that new link, which is going to maybe start over around 8 o'clock, that will be strictly questions. Everybody will just come and start asking questions. I'm going to run us through our gifts here. If you followed our previous one, if you remember, we offer free with CVs. You get a CV package, everything well written by us. Besides that, you also get a video, a skill mastery video on how to start up a remote job and everything. Free, everything on this video as well. You get job hunting 101. There is a monthly and weekly support group we do. We come here on the group meeting, virtual video with me especially. I'm going to show everybody how to job hunt on the group. We do that every month. I think there is one of us who is also a beneficiary. So we do that every month. And let me tell you guys one secret. This is December period. This is when companies need more people, because people are moving to new jobs and stuff like that. So please start applying. Our job hunting group. There is migration support. There is remote job support. There is job hunting support. We are going to write your CV for you, set your goals, come and ask us questions. We'll prepare you for your interview, for every time you have interviews. And all these juices, we are getting them, job hunting, everything is here. Seats. Ultimate prep group. So we're prepping you for 2 weeks and more. If you want to migrate or whatever, write on that group. So these are all the things you'll be getting, including CV templates and the rest of them. We also have an expert who will be walking you through for 2 weeks on how to migrate. So you can get everything here for 40,000 naira. It is not compulsory. It's not compulsory. But if you want to get access to it, and of course, there's a money back guarantee as well. If you don't like whatever we give you, return your money back. Simple and short. We're a registered company and we refund your money basically. We're people of integrity. At least I want to brag that we are one of the right people. There is a friend who is in the UK who went to the UK through scholarship. Her name is Chinenye. And let me probably share. Sorry, I'm going to quickly attend to that hands raised. She's a very rare breed. She went to the UK on scholarship. Yes, this is her here. It was in our previous webinar. So she supports by giving our people trainings on how to prepare themselves for remote work. So for this kind of person, she's also going to be training people who are willing to migrate as well on that. So if you guys are ready, hit us up. It's 40K for the offer, total CV, everything written for you, prep, job, everything. So let me get the question from Odoya, please.
All right. You mentioned that in continuation of our discussion based on my initial question, you mentioned volunteer jobs to start with. So the concern I have here now is the possibility of getting feedbacks.
You're not very audible.
When we apply. Okay, when we apply for these roles, can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, so the concern I have here now is the likelihood of getting feedback from companies when we apply for these volunteer roles, right? I don't know. I've attempted a couple, but I still didn't get any feedback. Right? Is there a way to go about it?
Okay. All right.
Basically.
Firstly, I want to believe that number one, that you are reading the job description properly. I'm going to assume first. You are reading the job description properly and that your applications are well written. I want to believe that you don't just attach your CV, that you put a proper subject, a headline, a proper email copy, and your CV is good. Then you send your application. And if you're sending from LinkedIn, it is best you send from LinkedIn and also go to their mail and direct and send it directly as well. If you do this 10 times in a month and you don't get feedback, then I think we can schedule a call on our next. I think you are one of the people on the um, support group. You can schedule a call. Let me see how you apply. Do you get?
Okay.
So can you do that if you follow this approach? Meaning, I think there's even a job hunting video we have. Maybe we can share that with you as well. A proper application will get read. And if it's not really sent on LinkedIn and it's directed to them, if you say it's voluntary you're going for, they will not pay you, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's fine.
And you are open to them compensating you if they have. If you send that 10, 10 good companies, and those that are looking for as well, and you don't get feedback within 1 month, let's talk. We'll talk. We'll hop on a call quickly.
Okay. So yeah, another quick one here. Now basically I have no experience. I'm trying to transition to product management, right? Initially data analysis. In fact, I had my CV prepared by you guys for data analysis.
Okay.
But when I dug a bit deeper into what would work better for me
Okay, you found
and my
product
kind of
management.
person, yeah, product management seemed more interesting. And of course, my customer support experience wouldn't go to waste. And the little I had learned on data analysis also would be useful. So I decided to go for product management. Yeah, but the thing now is, over 7 years of customer support versus no experience at all for on product management. So I'm kind of stuck in between, still applying, for a customer support role and applying for a product management role. Although at the end of the day, either one, no feedback. You get, but
Now,
at least I'm like,
danger here
how do I
now.
prioritize?
Your LinkedIn. What will your LinkedIn now read? That means you need to have two separate LinkedIn.
Yeah, so the approach I'm using on my LinkedIn is I'm still maintaining my customer support experience on LinkedIn,
That will be
right?
dangerous.
But then I'm still indicating that I'm transitioning on LinkedIn. I've had a couple of posts, showing that okay, I've started a course on product management. This is what I learned this week. Okay,
But
this is
you
what
have
I
to
just learned.
customer support, like you said. How will you
Yeah, so
marry that then?
that's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, even a recruiter who wants to check my LinkedIn account will be able to see that, okay, he has experience in customer support and is transitioning, and this is what he has learned so far. You get, but it's still kind of complicated because, does he have the experience in this role? We need people who know what they are doing. We need people who understand these
For the
things.
product management,
And
I think you should
yeah,
use the same approach. Get a portfolio as well.
okay,
Yes. You need a portfolio. All these things, especially you are working on things that need concrete experience. You need to show them something. Besides what you wrote on paper as experience. You need to show them, let them click on the link and go and see.
okay,
And
okay.
I have a feeling that you should go on what I will call a LinkedIn blast. Follow plenty people, connect, start sharing. I mean, since
Okay.
you say you're honestly sharing your journey, your transition journey, then go very wild on it. Go crazy. Do it for 6 months. Like I'm not, when I mean consistent does not mean every day. It can mean you show up every month. Show up twice a month. Reach out, broadcast. Like, you know, just shoot everywhere right now, but I'm glad that you're shooting with focus because you said product management.
But is there any point still looking at customer support, even though I'm trying to leave that place? Because at the end of the day, right, we're looking
Mhm.
for better income. Yeah, so I'm in between focusing on product management and forgetting about customer support, and still taking a customer support role if we get one. You get, so it's kind of like a dilemma.
I wouldn't say you should leave customer support because life can be funny. That might even be the one that will give you what you're looking for. So I would say maybe I won't say you should chase both of them because it's dangerous. I would say chase one first. Whatever, which one comes to your heart, which one do you feel gives you more concrete? You know what? If I were in your shoes, I have more experience with customer support. I will definitely get hired from that angle because what you're looking for in product management, you don't necessarily have it yet. So what you're looking for, you have that one already in customer support. You have experience. So the easiest catch now is to maybe put more of your energy in what you already have in hand, the concrete one, which is customer support. You have it, you're established. In fact, you're built out customer support. But you see that transition, I don't think you might be looking at it for compensation reasons. I don't know if my words are making sense. Like you are at a stage where you just want to grow. So for what's it called? For product management, maybe your goal should not be money. Your goal should be getting experience to be established in it for now. You get my point? Because you, like you said, chances that somebody will pay because of no experience. But you see the one you already have experience, that's your forte. So I feel like maybe you should lean towards that one while learning, not hunting, not job hunting, while learning, while contributing, while pushing voluntary project project experience, in product management. You are still getting jobs as customers. So that before you know, when you are bringing your CV, you're hitting your LinkedIn with a complete package. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does.
So maybe, just maybe in the next 6 months, you should just devote to voluntary growing, but while you are voluntary building just silent growth in the product management. So maybe 6 months, boom, you just switch and you have a job.
Okay. All right.
Maybe,
Thank you very much.
yeah. Thank you guys. Any other person, any other questions before we call it a day? Daniel, Dennis, do you want to say something?
Yes, I want to ask a question. I don't know if you people do your company, if your company do the coaching like mentorship program.
Okay. Yes, we do mentor, but what kind of mentorship are you
Uh,
looking for?
okay, I have my visa already to Canada already.
Okay.
It's a work visa, though unskilled work. So I'm trying to get some experience in business analysis
Okay.
before I've traveled. Because my travel might be this December. I'm planning it December or January.
All right.
So
So you need to
so
take a
I
course and
don't.
skill yourself up.
I didn't get you.
Okay, so you need to learn, take a skill. You need to get coached.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I am with you there. We currently take plenty courses, but one of the ones we don't take is business analysis. So what we'll do for you is we can guide you towards taking the kind of courses, where you can get them. You get me? We can
Okay.
direct you, we can refer you, can probably different agents. We can, the person that messaged on the group, we can, our admin, you can privately message that number so you can get details on the courses to take, where to take them. There is Coursera. You can even get some of those courses for free. But if you want us to train you on other skills like programming, coding, web design, graphics, content, digital marketing, email marketing, yes, we're your guys. And data analysis as well.
Data analysis.
Data, yeah.
Okay.
So, but business, not for now. We'll take that later.
Okay.
But yeah,
Because there's a company here in Abuja. I say in Abuja here. So there's a company that do more of physical class. So since I have zero experience in that, I was like, I want to start with them first.
that's
Maybe
beautiful. You
I don't
should
know.
should. So that before December, you said you're leaving December, right?
Yes, I've not booked my flight already.
So
Just to
if you are faithful and committed to the learning process, you should at least know something so that when you even reach there, you can continue with online classes
be okay.
and you practice.
Okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So any other person asking us question before we call it a day? Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you very much, Francis.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. In the absence of more questions, I'll tell you guys thank you. Privately message us for any other question. Have a very good evening, gentlemen and lady. Bye, everyone.